Hi everybody, it's Jill Blanchette. I'm here with my second alternate for the Warm Wishes paper pumpkin kit that we got for November. My card's a little rough because I keep tearing it apart to work on it, but this is what it's going to look like. It's going to stand up like this. We're going to start with, I have a thick white base that's 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to take, or I did, gonna cut a hole in the center, in the front, try and center it on there. And I used one of the largest decal die rectangles. I'm going to use the actual largest one in the next thing I'm going to show you. So this is a tad bit smaller one. I think it was the second in line. So then you're going to take a piece, another piece of basic white, and you're going to make a frame with the largest and then the third. So this one fit right in there. So it's the second largest. And then you'll have your frame. Move all these goodies out of the way. And we're going to pop that up over the hole. So you'll want to have placement of your dimensionals right along the edge so that they don't show through the hole. But I wanted to make the hole as large as I could. But I guess you could make your hole this size and alleviate this issue. So I'm going to set that right here for a second, and because I'm going to just finish this piece off so that we've got it, and I'll get it out of the way, I'm going to stamp "'Tis the Season" on the bottom of it with our mossy meadow. And I've got a piece of scrap paper here that I'm going to mask off the bottom because I only want to get the "'Tis the" inked up. Put that down, and then I'm going to clean that off again. And now we only want to have "Season." So we're going to kind of mask off that "'Tis the." Get our "Season" inked up. And then put that right up next to it so it looks like it's all one sprays. And so we are done with our stamping now on this front. Actually, that's all the, well, no, we got to do the little dog yet. So then I'm going to set this aside. We'll put that on in the end because we'll want to take our, I've got a piece, another piece of basic white that is, I think it's 3 1/2 inches by, I went 3 3/4, and then I scored at 1/2 inch. Let's go this way. Or I lied. I scored at 3/4 inch, 1 1/2 inches, and then I went a 1/2 inch from there. So the first two are 3/4 inch. Then you got 2, 2 1/2, 3, and then I cut it off at 3 1/2. Now you can put as many accordion score lines and stuff in there as you want. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down. You know what? I'm going to use my good glue and go with it because not a whole lot of redo available on this card for me for my video. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue that down, center it on there. I got it, should fit in the window being at 3/4 inch wide. And then I'm going to go ahead, next I'm going to bring in the house. We're going to work with the red house. And then this is where I'm changing a little bit up from what I did on the last one. The last one I cut off right at the bottom of the house. This one I want to leave a little bit. I'm going to go about like 1/4 of an inch, maybe that is. Don't go too far because we want to use that little piece there that we just were cutting off from, but we'll adapt if we need to, because I want the house to go up and fill the frame up here, but I need it to come down and attach to our kick out. Let's go ahead. I'm going to glue the top of the house down first, but only the top. So we're going to put that down at the bottom and then adjust our top to go up, in, and then check your sides so they don't stick over. This little house is pretty much the exact width that we need it. And we've got our piece here. I'm going to go ahead and glue just where the crease is from the card, or the score line on the card. I'm just going to glue that down right there. Let that dry for a second. All right, so now I've got the glue on the bottom piece, and I'm just going to glue it flat onto my little accordion piece. And then we've got a 3 3/4 inch wide piece of basic white, and we're just going to rip it randomly to make our snow. And then we're going to just kind of glue that on. And so we'll have one in front of the house. And I'm going to glue this one flat to the card. And then the other ones I'll glue on to the little accordion pieces. And we can use this one too. I could cut it. I'm just going to rip it and make the next piece because I want one more piece of snow. And we're going to stick that in the center one. Might be a little long, a little tall. I'm going to cut it off. Just so that I can stick it in there where I need it. And then I can measure how high I want to put it. Like that. So we just want the snow to continue. I'm going to glue this one to the fold. Again, now that I got the glue on there, I'll push it around, pull it around so that it's where I want it. And then we got a third one that I'll just again go ahead and cut it off so that it's got a straight bottom on it. And then this guy's going to glue to the front of the flap here. So I'm going to put this snow on the front so that it sticks up over the fold. And then I'll glue that on there. So let's put some glue on there. I want to make sure that that snow is up over my fold. I'm going to bend this, tear that guy off a little bit so that my other snow shows. And then now we can glue our card to this piece. Glue our front to this piece. Let that dry real quick. And then now it should stand up properly. And then we can add our little dog in there. There's the front of it. Now you could glue this on flat if you wanted, or give it some more dimension with dimensionals. And I think this time around, well, you can't see my little snow down there. This time I'm going to glue it on flat, I think. Just for giggles, we'll glue this one on flat. So I want to put my glue all the way to the outside, because remember, my hole is the same size, my opening. So we'll stick this on there. Got a half a second to wiggle it around, like so. And then I got a piece of white here. Put the little puppy on there in black. And I thought I brought over, I think this little puppy, I'm going to try and do what, I'm going to do him in like a gray color. The last ones in my other cards I did crumb cake. This little puppy will make more grayish looking. Like that. And then we will have him carrying the letter this time with a red scarf, or red collar and scarf. This is light real red. I don't kind of like that color. I'm going to put a little bit of dark in there. It's too yellow looking. Here we go. And then we got to cut him out. So hang on a second. Finish up cutting him out. I guess I had more to cut here than I thought. I was going to come back with just a little smidgy bit to cut, but anyway, that works. There. And then I'm just going to put a little glue on the bottom of him. And stick him up in our snowbank. Back here. So there he is, running through the front yard. And you can't really see that look on the camera, but that's what it should look like. And then standing up, it'll appear to look like that. And then it'll be flat for mailing. I forgot to finish it off now with a wreath for the front door. You can use one from the kit, or you can cut one out of the upper windows. I would use the roof here. That's what I did for my samples. I was cutting the wreath out of there so that we weren't using up these. But for right now, I'm going to just pop this up on a little piece of dimensional and use a pre-made one from the kit. Stick that on the front door. Now there we go. Now we're done.